Alright, what's going on, everybody? I've got a little bit of a different video for you guys today, showing off some of my knives. What you guys saw in the thumbnail is not everything. What I'm going to show you today is not everything. There's still more. There's still some scattered throughout my bags. There's still some that are locked away. Some that I just didn't have good access to today, but I'm going to show you what I have. I'm also considering doing an more in-depth video series. There's going to be a part series, and I'm going to spend one video specifically talking about the knives that I feel is important to show on video. Not every knife deserves that, and I'm not willing to use every knife, but for the ones that I do feel deserve a full video and a full review, I am considering doing that. So if you guys want to see that, please let me know down in the comments. I want to know. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work my way from right to left, which you guys can't really see, I don't believe. But let's just start out with this little folding blade. Just a tiny thing. It's kind of nice if you don't have easy clothing. Oh my god. Kind of nice if you don't have easy clothing to conceal in. Very small. I don't like how flashy it is. I tend to like darker toned knives. But one thing that's kind of nice about this, even though it's kind of chintzy, it's got that little clip on the end, so you can hook it to a backpack easy. But then obviously it's got the normal clip on the side for your pocket or on the edge of your shorts or jeans, whatever you're wearing. Next, a much larger folding knife, M-Tech. I really like this thing. It's got a really nice grip on it. Feels really good in the hands. This would definitely be one I would do a video on. This thing's sharp too. Now, these, I'm not going to do a video on these because these are, from what I can tell, are kind of rare and expensive, and I'm not willing to go beat up on them. But these are American Eagle folding blades. Really cool design. I really like the curved blade. These things have never been used. They just stay in a box the whole time. There's the little one. Those are one of the more collector's knives that I've got. Speaking of collector's knives, this one I have used because I got it when I was young and I didn't know any better, but it's a old John Deere folding knife. Still kind of a smaller blade. It actually does feel pretty good in the hands. Very sorry about the cut there. Something came up. But anyways, start back where we were. John Deere knife. The last thing I was going to say about that is just, you can see, engraving. Well, I don't know if you want to say that's an engraving or a branding, whatever. It just says, "Nothing runs like a deer." I was a farmer's kid. Had to have it. Speaking of knives to do with farming, this is a DuPont limited edition folding knife. I mean, they call it limited edition, but they gave out a lot of these things. This is another one that I used a lot. It's been used. It's used enough that the blade is starting to wear. I just need to tighten it. Nothing too special about that one. Nice handle. Here we have an M-Tech Karambit. Just the single edge. Nothing too special there. Got a really nice grip, feels good. Fighting with it. Good self-defense. I need to train with it more. This is a good one. This is the M48. Kind of a tactical knife. Thing is really heavy duty. Really sharp. Made very well. Really like this one. Even though it's not technically mine. Let's see, this is a Master USA. This is actually one of my favorite knives because of this grip. This grip is extremely comfortable to me. And so it forms really well in my hand, and I don't know, something about the way it's weighted and the way that this grip feels in my hand. I really like this knife. This is definitely one of my favorites. It's got a nice black stained wood handle. Nice blade on it. I really like this one, and it's also full tang. I would say I probably would do a full video on this. It would be difficult though. I don't want to beat this one up too much, but I would probably do a video on this one. Or I'd throw it in with one of the other ones. Let's see here. This is kind of an odd knife. This is an M-Tech. But I don't even know what you'd call it. It's almost like a miniature chopping knife, butcher knife, kind of. It doesn't have a completely flat edge. It's kind of curved. It's pretty thick there on the back side. This works really well to strike against a ferro rod or a mag bar. Thing is sharp, but I don't know. It's got a pretty decent grip on it, but it's not, for me, it's not too practical for like self-defense, because I really want to be able to do like one of those, and it's just not going to work because you don't really have a tip to work with. But it's an interesting one. I would probably, this would be a short video, but I would do a video on this one. Now, one of my other favorite knives. M-Tech again. This was a gift from Always Survive. Shout out to him. This knife is awesome. Full tang, thick, heavy duty. Thing is sharp and it keeps an edge really well. I really like the grip. It fits really well into my hand. That right there down at the bottom, that is really heavy. You can use that for self-defense purposes. You can use it to crack glass, break glass, all that good stuff. This edge being so thick also is really good for striking ferro rods and mag bars. It also helps it doesn't have any paint, which sometimes that can mess up using a ferro rod. But it also has this cutout at the bottom, which I think is technically what you're supposed to use for the ferro rod, but I tend to just use the back of the blade. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite knives. I can't believe that I didn't have something like this before. I thought my knives were fairly decent before I had this, and then once I got this, I realized how much I was really lacking. It was a huge step up for me. Let's see, a couple of the last ones here. I do have more, and if I do end up making this into a multi-part series, you will see all of them. I'll take them out of the bags. I've got some collector's knives that I can show off. But I've shown these before. SOG throwing knives. These I will definitely do a video on, a full video. Whether or not you guys want to see a video of all the knives, I will be doing a complete video on these SOG throwing knives, and then maybe a couple other throwing knives as well. Got a 3-pack of those. These are really heavy duty. I like the form. I like the shape. They fit into your hand really well, even though usually when I use them, I'm holding them by the blade to throw them. They have really good balance. They go in the air really well. I like them a lot. Now, on to the last knife that I've got out here with me today. Another throwing knife. I believe this was classified as like a mini throwing axe, something like that. I don't really like this one too well. It looks cool. Punisher skull and all that. Nice design. It's got a smooth handle, so that just kind of flies out of your hand, even if you don't want it to. This down here, which I'm just now noticing, that would work really well for a ferro rod, even though that's not really what this is meant for in any way. But this knife just doesn't have an edge, and even if you try and sharpen it and put one on it, it doesn't stay. It gets dull really fast. This tip is very wide in comparison to most, and it doesn't want to stick into the wood really well. I'm sure this would work just fine in a person, but to train with most of the time, at least for me, I'm using wood to train with, and it just doesn't work. It bounces right off. So for me, this doesn't work. Not to say it couldn't work for somebody else, but for me, I've had bad experiences. So yeah, I believe that's all of them. Well, all of them that I have out here at the moment. If you guys want to see, like I said, more videos that are dedicated to one of these knives, or maybe a couple of them at a time, if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments. I'm definitely willing and open to the idea of doing that. I think it'd be cool to do a direct comparison. Maybe I'll do like a top 3, or maybe I'll even do like a, if I had to choose between all of them, which one I would get rid of last, I'll do a video series like that. And at the end, we'll figure out which is the best as an all-around survival kind of knife. But yeah, guys, for now, that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please comment. Please share. Please subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. Again, let me know what knives you guys have in the comments, and let me know if you guys want to see these in future videos. And thank you for watching.